Hello, Gemini. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Tarot Grand Lux by Ciro Marchetti. Website for them is usgames.inc. No, usgamesinc.com. There we go. It's right there on the screen, so check that out if you want to. Supportive Oracle Cards, You Are Clairvoyant Oracle Cards by Belinda Grace. Illustrations by Elaine Marzin. Website is rockpoolpublishing.com.au. A is an apple, U is an umbrella. Okay, what do we have? This is Gemini, yeah? Okay. This is the first thing I'm seeing. The rest of your cards are pretty good. But it's like the Ten of Swords, which is devastation. So starting right off when this happens, you're not happy. The thing is, moving on from this heartbreak is the question. This card also doesn't look good, but it's kind of coming in at the same time, so it's all the same. The rest of these cards are pretty good for you, but it's kind of like we have to let go of whatever's not working. And I'm not really happy about it. I don't really like it, but it's kind of like the first step in moving on from this negative energy, this dark energy, this difficult energy, is making that conscious choice, like, I need to move on from it. I need to let it go. I'm not saying you're going to be able to let it go in 5 seconds, but I feel like they're saying the first step in removing this energy is acknowledging that it's time to let go of it. And start moving your energy where you want to be. Start focusing your energy where you want to be. That seems simple enough. I feel like Gemini has a natural talent to go through possibilities. The trick is to get yourself in a good place with it. Like, you're just going to go through possibilities. You're going to just kind of sift through it, sift through that, see it this way, see it that way, decide if this works, decide if that works. I'm trying to, like, see how you're getting over this bump. Because I see, like, you're not happy. And it's hard to move from that energy of, like, not being happy and seeing all these different angles about the pain, which doesn't seem to be helping you. It's kind of like pushing that energy into resolution. And it may not be like, for example, say, your car got totaled. It may not be so much about, like, all the bills and stuff that came from that, but kind of like the resolution of, like, having a different car, having a different way to get places, having that settled, what's going to happen when it gets settled, where you're going to go and deal with, and how you're going to move on from when everything is fixed. So, for example, if you had some medical issues when this happened, how that, not how it's going to get fixed as much as, like, when it's fixed, this is what I'm going to do, and this is how I'm going to handle that, and this is where I'm going to go with this. It's kind of like we're moving ahead to where we want to be and trying to step out of where we are. It does seem like it's difficult to make that first step. But once you start moving, once you make that conscious decision to move out of it and keep yourself away from, like, what you don't like and move into what you do like, this seems very simple. I know it does seem very simple, but it seems to take a life of its own, and it starts to change your situation very quickly. Fairly quickly or very quickly? I know, same thing. Fairly quickly, very quickly. I'm getting there's a lot of support around you, but, like, we have to move on from the negative. Once that energy starts letting go and starts crackling and breaking and moving on and going, it reminds me of like a frozen river where it starts to thaw and it starts to have cracks and breaks. And once enough of it is broken where a piece of it can actually go down the river, then once that first piece is gone, some other big pieces just kind of go, and it just keeps chipping away at it and chipping away at it, and it just seems to take a life of its own. It just starts to diminish the discord, the aversion. I see something coming towards you quite strongly, quite quickly. This comes in at once. A lot of this seems to happen all at once. Openness, Is it the 4 or is it the 6? I think it's the 4. It's the 4. Okay. I can read Roman numerals, so if I get my brain together. Somebody's been holding on to something for you. Like somebody's been holding on. It's like somebody's been saving a place for you. Like somebody's been saving something for you, saving a place. And this energy comes at you very strongly when they feel like you're ready for it. It's kind of like they have to hold on to it till they feel like you're ready to stand and move forward in a positive direction. And when they feel like you're ready, they're going to give you something to help you move forward. Somebody's holding something for you. Like there's a positive thing waiting for you, but it doesn't seem to be coming forward until that negative energy kind of moves on. So we got to start moving away from that negative energy. And I feel like it's like somebody's waiting, but they won't hand it to you until they feel like you're in the right state of mind. They're trying to wait for you to be ready for it so you can make the most out of it. Kind of like things are rough around you right now, so they're not handling it. They're not handing it to you. They may have the opinion that you can't handle it right now. Whether that's fair or not is, it is what it is. I mean, take it with a grain of salt. But they feel like they can't hand it to you while you're upset, while you're going through tragedy, while you're going through discord. But once you start moving out of it, it's like the whole energy shifts. And when they see that you're shifting out of it, you're moving out of that energy, then they're going to bring it forward to you. The Lover's card is the Gemini card, but I feel like this is perfect for you. You love this. And it's going to transform your whole situation. It's going to put it in a whole different perspective, give you whole different possibilities. I'm getting like, this is something you like. Things open up and you're like, I can do a lot with this. I just got to keep moving forward. It's kind of like don't stop. Don't stop. This is going to sound weird. Don't stop and smell the roses. Enjoy the aroma as you're walking. And just soak in what you're seeing and just keep seeing everything in front of you and keep moving. And like if the path has some turns in it or some stuff or like different ways you can go, just keep moving and just pick different ones and just keep exploring them. And if you find out, well, I've already been on this one, but there's another way up here I didn't go, so let me go that way that I didn't before. Like just keep exploring it, keep going. Keep the momentum going. Keep that positive momentum going. Because I feel like whatever the situation is, it does seem to move on fairly quickly once you move away from that darker energy. Which I don't want to pretend like it's easy, because I don't feel like it's being the most compatible energy to like let go of. But I do feel like once you start making big strides away from it, it just gets easier and easier, and you just like, I don't want to go back to that. I don't want to think about that anymore. Let's leave that in the past, and then you just keep moving forward. Somebody has something that they're holding for you, that they're waiting for you to claim. Well, it's kind of like waiting for you to claim versus like feeling like it's time to give it to you. So there's a combination of that. And then your energy goes forward just by keeping that momentum forward and keep searching out things and keep moving forward. By the keep moving forward energy, I'm trying to define that better. Like, are you choosing? I don't think you're choosing something. I just feel like we're continuing on that path that's going away from the darker energy. We're continuing on. We're creating more distance between us and that darker energy. That's the energy I'm like, keep that moving. Keep that going forward. When you get these possibilities, it doesn't mean you have to choose something right away. But like they're saying, keep moving farther away from that darker energy and explore what you want to happen next. It's kind of like just stepping away from the darker part. Just kind of like, I can't change it. I can't change what happened. It already happened. It's done. I could try to drown myself in going back in time and like, what if they had, we could play those games for a long time and it doesn't move the future forward. It just keeps me stuck in that energy. Am I explaining that right? I hope I'm explaining that right. Because like sometimes like bad things happen. And you could go back and, well, if this had happened, and what if that happened, and this would have happened if I had that, and if I had just seen this, I could have just avoided this by 2 seconds. It's so easy to get caught up in those what ifs that you do, like, not only do you keep your mind stuck there, but you keep your energy stuck there, and you keep in that negative feeling, like wishing it didn't happen. But if you step forward and like, now that it has happened, this is what I can do now that it has happened, it just unlocks it. It releases it. And it's weird because I want to like acknowledge, like I feel like that's very addictive to just get stuck in that if I had only, if this had only, if I had chose this, if they had chose that. It's addictive to go back to it, to keep doing it, but it doesn't allow you to let go of that negativity. You can still move forward and sort out that energy, but through acceptance of like, well, it happened and I don't like it and I'm not gonna like it, but I'm putting it to rest and I'm working through those feelings and I'm accepting like this is not gonna happen anymore because of that, and this is gonna have to happen now because of that, and I'm moving forward in a stronger energy. And allowing yourself to see all the possibilities going forward by still keeping that momentum of moving you away from that thought in that moment and just getting more emotional distance from it. I feel like it's emotional distance. I've been struggling to say this whole time. I want more emotional distance from the past and what happened. You can identify it and deal with it and address it, but don't let yourself emotionally go back to it. Does that make sense? I feel like Gemini will get this. I feel like you'll get what I'm trying to say. Like, you don't want to think about the past and feel the pain and the sorrow. You want to be like, well, that happened, so now I have to do this, and just kind of like keep your emotions off to the side, or keep your emotions off to the side if you can. I mean, we're all different. I know that there's a lot of different flavors of Gemini out there, but like I feel like Gemini can do that. And then, like I said, something's waiting for you. There's a lot of good things waiting. It's like letting go of that negative energy, addressing it, but letting go of the emotion. I think that's what I keep, like, is there something I'm missing? I think I got it, but it's like the emotion of like feeling held and trapped, letting that go. Addressing it and being like, well, that happened, so now this has to happen. And like, kind of like, well, now that I have to accept that, going that way. But I feel like the emotional part, I want to keep that more diminished and connected to the future. I don't want to connect that emotion to the past. I want to try to let that be and just be like, well, this is what happened. Like almost like I'm looking at like a book of stereo instructions. Not that they're, just this is what this is, that equals that, this goes here, that made that happen, this, you turn this on and that happens. Like I'm just looking at it very technically, looking at the past in a very technical way, and I'm like separating my emotional connection to it as much as I can. Is there anything else about the good future that we can see? I get like, whatever happened, it seems to change your life, very notably. But I'm getting like, you're very empowering. So whatever's coming forward next, it's not only a personal transformation for you, but it's a personal transformation for other people as well. So there's good coming forward, and you're not only helping yourself, you are helping other people. You're very useful to other people. So remember that as you keep moving forward. All right, I think we're there. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below with the same email. Thank you again for watching, and have a great day.